Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you episode 4 of my Agrarian Skies Hardcore Quest Let's Play. This mod pack from Jadedcat is available on the Feed the Beast launcher. Since last episode, I've been sifting dirt and sand to get seeds. I thought sifting sand would get me the sugarcane that I needed, but it actually comes from dirt. However, the sand did get me some cocoa seeds, some exotic seeds, a couple of other things. So I've got a whole bunch of seeds here. Cocoa beans I'll be able to use on jungle trees to make some, grow more and more of them, make cookies, a couple of other useful things with Pam's Harvest Crest. I also got some pumpkin seeds, I got more melon seeds, found some grass seeds, which will be very, very useful for creating a little grassy platform where I can keep some sheep and spawn some passive mobs. Got a whole bunch of stone, which I'm going to show you the uses of right now. Yeah, that's it. You can make cobblestone out of stone, nothing else. So I'm going to turn that into cobblestone. Will only take a second. Or 5. Alright. Also found 1 ancient spores, which is a really good find. If you use ancient spores on dirt, you will get mycelium, which is the mushroom island dirt. And on that you can grow mushrooms, you can create a couple of ex nihilo very specific things, such as witch water. We'll get to using that in a later episode. I also found some cactus seeds, which do exactly what you would think. You plant them on sand, you get cactus. Some exotic seeds, 2 of them, which are used to grow jungle trees. Acorns, which are used to grow oak trees. Rubber tree seeds, very useful, used to grow MFR rubber trees, which I will need if I want to make plastic or any of the MFR machines. A spruce seed, which does exactly what you would think. Saguro fruit, which is used to grow the Natura cactus Saguro. And also a mana bean, which is extremely useful because I'm going to need a whole lot of aspects out of Thaumcraft, and the easiest way to generate those, in my opinion, on the Skyblock is using a mana bean farm. So, that gives me a lot of farming related things to do in later episodes. Today, I want to focus on fixing up the rest of the mod farm, and also creating some more automation with the drops from the mob farm. I've been using the reeds that I've been getting, collecting them slowly. I also found carrots and potatoes, and I've been starting to collect those. Got all of that planted and expanded the farm slightly. I figure all of this is fairly safe and nothing that anyone needs to see on camera. Don't want to bore you guys too much here. So, first things first, I'm going to get some automated killing of those endermen down there, because you can hear, and you can see on the minimap, quite a few of them. To do that, I'm going to use the Tinker's Construct Punji Stick. And I'm not exactly sure how much damage these do, but they do a little bit of damage every tick to anything that lands on them. So I'm going to come down here. I expanded this out slightly to give myself a nice safe place to stand and kill endermen. And this has been running for quite a while. Hang on, that's pretty loud, isn't it? Here, let's drop that down to 5%. This has been running for a little while. So there's quite a few endermen in there. There's a whole bunch of drops just lying around. I'm going to set up some automated collection of those drops in this episode so that I don't let anything decay and get wasted. Having this nice little 2-high doorway means that the endermen can't get to me, and because it's only a 3-deep area, I can get to all of them. And there we go. This is my 3rd time clearing out the bottom of the mob farm, after letting it run for, probably a total of an hour, hour and a half. Killing endermen is hungry work. And this is the results of that hour, hour and a half. Quite a lot of all kinds of good stuff. Lots of arrows. I can make quite a impressive chicken farm at this point. Tons of bones. Never need to care about food again. The string in here is from infesting a couple of trees and actually should probably be more rightly placed into this chest. Almost 3.5 stacks full of ender pearls. And just a whole bunch of gunpowder, rotten flesh, some zombie brains for Thaumcraft. I tossed a bit of amber and apatite in here because I was just running out of room everywhere else. Need to upgrade my storage solution. Maybe not this episode, but next one. We'll see how much time we have. Alright, so, got everything cleared out, got everything put away. Probably should have put these down while I was down there. So I set down the punji sticks. And when mobs land on those, they'll start taking damage every tick. Oops. As you can see, I'm standing on it. I'm now taking about a half heart of damage every tick or so. It's being mitigated by the armor. I think that if an Enderman falls on here, they'll die a lot faster. And I'm going to get the torch back up there so nothing just spawns in this area. I don't think anything can with the punji sticks there, but just to be safe. Now, how are we going to collect those drops with all of those punji sticks in the way, causing a bunch of damage to us? Also, if I'm saying that wrong, I apologize, but I'm probably not going to stop saying it wrong. Alright. I want to automate drop collection, and it'll also help with automating sieve collection. To do that, I want vacuum hoppers. Vacuum hoppers are made with a regular hopper, an ender pearl, of which I currently have 56 ender pearls. Great start. Not anywhere near the end. Pick up this last punji stick, put it back in a chest. Oh, that chest is full. I can pull the ducks out. I'm going to be using them. So, to make obsidian, which is the only thing between me and vacuum hoppers, I want an Igneous Extruder from thermal expansion, which is going to take some tin, a pneumatic servo, which requires redstone and iron, and a machine frame, which requires gold and iron, a bunch of glass, also a piston, which is a little bit of redstone and iron. So I'm grabbing my iron, my gold, my redstone, I've got my glass, I've got my cobble on me, and I'm grabbing planks. Come over to the crafting table, start building this bit by bit. Make one piston, make one machine frame with the iron recipe. You can use either iron or steel for the machine frame, so don't be scared if it tells you, oh, I can't make that. Make a pneumatic servo. Extra utilities adds the sort key, which allows you to auto-sort your inventory. I have mine currently set to grave or tilde. If you are using a vanilla crafting table and you have, for example, the shield machine frame recipe in there, and you want to clear it out quickly, you can just tap that extra utility sort key and it'll pull everything out of there. So, do I have everything I need? I need tin. I forgot to grab tin. So I'm going to grab a couple of tin bars. And now, I should be able to shift-click that, and there we go. One Igneous Extruder. Now, to make obsidian with an Igneous Extruder, you need 1 bucket of lava and 1 bucket of water, and it consumes both buckets of fluid. So I'm going to need an awful lot of water. To make that, I'm going to use an Aqueous Accumulator, also from thermal expansion, which uses more tin, pneumatic servo, machine frame, and a bucket. So make a bucket, make a machine frame, make a pneumatic servo, and go get 2 more tin. And there we have it, Aqueous Accumulator and Igneous Extruder. And I'm going to stick those right over here in front of my, right on the lava production line, so that I don't need to work as hard. And I need to actually expand there and there. Ooh, actually that won't work. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? We can block off a bit of the front of this, no problem. Those windows will become useless. I'm okay with that. So, we set down the Aqueous Accumulator. I set down the Igneous Extruder. And you can see this is set to output on all sides, and it slowly generates water, very, very slowly, from nothing, which very useful if you're in a place with no water. But I've got I've got an infinite water source over here. So if I surround the Aqueous Accumulator on 2 sides with water, it will act like an infinite water source, and it will generate water much more quickly. About 800 every few ticks. Now I'm going to set the bottom of the Igneous Extruder to accept water. And I'm going to set the top of the Igneous Extruder to start producing Obsidian. And I'm going to set the top of the Igneous Extruder to accept lava out of the crucible. There's only the one crucible working on it, so it won't produce Obsidian very fast, but it will keep going all the time. And once it has a stack of Obsidian in there, it will stop production and let the fluid ducts and such fill back up. Right now, I only need the 2 Obsidian, so I'm going to turn this to redstone control high, so that after it produces this one, it stops. Well, these 2. It now won't produce any more Obsidian until I change this redstone control. Now, I'm going to head over to my crafting table. I'm going to... Ooh, I need more wood. Take these logs back over to the crafting table. Turn the logs into planks. And I want vacuum hoppers, which require a vanilla hopper each, which requires a chest each. So I'm going to make 2 chests, which will let me make 2 hoppers, which will let me make 2 vacuum hoppers. Or should. Oh, I need ender pearls. I don't actually have them on me. I have a whole pile of them in a chest over here. And I'm starting with just the 2, but I'll be making extensive use of vacuum hoppers as we go. Now, I want one more chest, so I should have grabbed that wood to begin with. Note to self. Plan ahead. Actually, you know what? We're going to go a little more complicated than that. So, we're getting arrows, bones, gunpowder, ender pearls, rotten flesh, miniature hearts, and zombie brains. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 types of items. I'm going to make 7 barrels and a trash can. Why? Well, so that I can start collecting a lot of monster drops. Because why get a few when I can get a lot? I also need oak planks, or slabs. Yes, I meant slabs. So, I need 7 barrels, and I need 7 chests. And that will allow me to create 7 better barrels. Well, 8. I'll use it. It's worth it. And I'll set those up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to put item ducts in between them. I'm going to run a string of item ducts down here. I just haven't decided exactly where yet. I think if I run it right up this corner, nope, not that corner. Right up this corner, it should work out fairly well. So, I'm going to place my vacuum hopper there. And you can see all of those lovely items getting sucked into the vacuum hopper. And I'm going to set an item duct. Set that duct to output. And set the vacuum hopper. You can right-click and drag to turn it. When you open it, the item outputs is always, that's the face facing you. So I right-click and drag to turn it, and I'm left-clicking the right-hand face. And now it's outputting to the item duct. Oh, I broke my pickaxe. It's terrible timing. I'm gonna go get that fixed, and we'll finish what I started here. Harvest some more sugarcane along the way. Gonna need lots of paper later. Hey, harvesting sugarcane works better when you have inventory space for it. Inventory, always the major issue. Keep building with cobblestone and noob tower my way up with item ducts until I reach the main platform, which will only be a few more layers. And yes, this is definitely not the safest possible thing you could do, but it's fun. There we go. Should have probably set the expected incoming item of each type before I did all that. Might have a small mess to clean up, so cue the Benny Hill music. Alright, so item ducts are great in that they will only output an item into an inventory that can accept it. So if we set up those 7 like that, I'm actually going to get rid of you. I'm going to stick a trash can in the corner. Trash can is an extra utilities item made with stone, cobblestone, and another chest, which I need to go get more wood for, because I put it all away thinking I was done with it. Any item put into the trash can will be deleted from the world entirely. So if I drop this rotten flesh in there, boom, it's gone. Item ducts will search for the closest inventory it can send an item and send it there first. And as you can see, we're already slowly starting to get... Oh, no we're not. I'll have to go check down there. Probably need a lever to actually make it start extracting. And I accidentally deposited my bread. I am on a roll today. Really need to solve this inventory management issue. Have the tools in place to start doing that. It's on the list. So we get back down here, take a look at the item duct. Yep, everything's still stuck in there. We're just going to toss a lever down, turn that item duct on, let it start extracting. Now we see items coming out of the item duct a stack at a time. And hopefully the whole thing will end up clearing out. It is, slowly. Helps if we put the larger stacks up front. Would also help if we had the tech to make a higher level item duct. But keep calling them item ducts, like they're going to quack or something. I have no excuses. And there we have it. We have a nice little monster drop collection system going on, which will just run passively in the background. Will collect me 64 stacks of every monster drop, most of which stack to 64. Ender pearls unfortunately only stack up to 10. And once it's a stack of a particular type, I mean a barrel of a particular type is full, any extras will get sent over here to the trash can because it's the furthest away possible place. Very simple. Love I love thermal expansion for early game sorting. Makes life simple. So I'm going to move all of this stuff over into here. Little bit at a time. I mean, it's a skyblock, folks. If I didn't want any tedium whatsoever, I'd be playing a different map pack, like maybe Direwolf 20s. It's also... I haven't set up a place for any heads that come out, but I believe you only get heads if you kill the monster manually. If you double right-click on a barrel with an empty hand, it'll put any items of that barrel's type into that barrel for you. So, speed things along slightly. And this chest is now going to be a place for random extra tech and such. Such as that. I have a home for iron and gold. I'm pretty happy with this. I have passive monster drop acquisition. Over 4 stacks of ender pearls acquired so far. As I mentioned, those are going to be our power generation, but we're not quite at that point yet. One final thing of note, the noises of constant mob dying could get quite annoying to some. They certainly would to me, and I think they'll interfere with recording in the future. As such, I'm going to make a sound muffler. To make a sound muffler, you need a bunch of wool of any color surrounding a note block, which is redstone surrounded by planks. Note blocks come from good old vanilla Minecraft. They can be kind of fun. when you set them down in the world, you can make noises with them. Not exactly sure how to tune these or anything, but I believe it has to do with redstone signals. Maybe I'll play with them a little later. Create something that'll play a little chip tune. So, 8 walls surrounding a note block makes a sound muffler. Now what the sound muffler does is any noise that occurs within 8 blocks of it is reduced by, I think, 90%. So, if you listen for things landing, I'll actually turn the sound back up a bit. Quite clear. But you set this down, much quieter. Muffled. Ooh, actually, I don't want to pull that up, but you can see that Enderman was dying right there. It's barely making any noise at all. So, that's much more pleasant. And that is going to wrap me up for this episode. Now, we have big news in the pipeline. We're supposed to be getting a release of the actual quest mod today, which means that we should see a final release of, or at least a first non-beta release of Agrarian Skies coming today or tomorrow. Either way, very much looking forward to getting a chance to play with the quest mod. The next episode will likely focus on that. Also, between this episode and next, I'm going to expand the platform slightly, move the cobble generator, and get prepared to start using those ender pearls for power. It would help a little bit if I could talk. In any case, thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, subscribe. I always appreciate constructive criticism. Feel free to tell me what you think I'm doing wrong. See you next time.